Good morning, dear students. Today, in this lecture, we will be discussing the functions of human resource management. Actually, in the last lecture itself, we have started functions of human resource management. The other part of functions of HRM, that is human resource management, will be covered in today's lecture. Prior to actually starting the other part of functions of human resource management, let's revise what we have studied into last lecture. Let's revise those functions which we have studied in the last lecture. Firstly, the functions of human resource management, they can be classified into two main parts. That is, the first part is named as managerial function and the other part is named as operative function. In managerial functions, we have gone through four functions, namely planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. What is planning? Here, planning function means determining in advance the personnel requirements, framing policies for this personnel, and also framing programs for this personnel. So, here it was determined in advance some of the policies related to policies programs and some of the requirements of the personnel, it was drafted in advance. Then the second function, organizing. What is organizing? Organizing here means to collect the operative functions, to establish an coordination between the work of individual with that of the department, to integrate, to allocate, to prepare the task force. This was all done in organizing function. Then the directing. Here the personnel manager directs the activities of people of the organization to get its function performed properly so that the employees follow the path laid down in advance, and also it helps them to motivate the staff of the organization. Then it was the controlling. In controlling, the basic data for establishing standards was made, in which effective control of the quality, time and efforts of the workers was done. Then the other part, that is the operative functions, in which further it is classified into 6 parts, that is procurement, development, compensation, maintenance, integration, emerging issues. In operative functions, we had seen first one, that is procurement. What procurement means? Procurement means the action of obtaining something, in which firstly the job analysis was made. What is job analysis? It is a process of collecting information related to the responsibilities pertaining to a specific job. Means whatsoever jobs you have defined into your organization, the responsibilities which are attached towards the specific jobs, you collect the information related to it into job analysis. Then the human resource planning. It is a process of determining and assuring that the organization will get adequate number of staff who will be available in the proper times whenever the organization requires them. Then it was the recruitment, in which the searching for prospective employees was made, and also only searching is not required into this recruitment, but this people, these aspirants, they were stimulated to apply for the jobs in the organization. Then the selection, in which, yes, as the name itself suggests, suitable people, they were given the jobs. Then placement, here assigning suitable jobs to the selected candidates as per their qualification, experience, skills and interest is done. Then the induction and orientation, in which, yes, the employees, the newly employed employees or the newly recruited employees, they are familiarized in the new surroundings. They are introduced to the practices which are prevailing in the organization. Then it was the internal mobility. In internal mobility, the movement of employees from one job to another job through transfers and promotion is made. Then the other part of operative function, it is development. What is development? Development is a process of improving, changes and developing the skills and knowledge, ability, attitudes of the individuals who are a part of your organization, in which further it was reclassified as first one, training. What is a training? Training is a continuous process by which employees learn the skills, knowledge, abilities to achieve the organization's and personal goals. Then it is the executive development, in which developing the managerial skills and capabilities through appropriate programs was done. Then it is the career planning and development. In career planning and development, one's career and implementation of such type of career plans is done. It also includes succession planning, etc. Then human resource development. Human resource development, it aims at developing the total organization. It creates an atmosphere that enables every employee to develop and use his capabilities in order to achieve both individual and organization goals. Then we will starting compensation, which is the third part, which is included in operative functions. Okay. From here we will be going in detail. Compensation. What is compensation? Compensation is a process which motivates people to give their best to the organization through the use of intrinsic and extrinsic rewards. Okay, what is intrinsic or what is included in intrinsic? Yes, achievement, recognition, responsibilities, they are a part of intrinsic rewards. And what is extrinsic? In extrinsic, job design, work scheduling, appraisal and performance based on incentives, it is included. So let's see what are the things which are or how compensation is reclassified. First thing is job design or redesign. What job design or redesign is? Yes, organizing tasks and responsibilities towards having a productive unit of work is called as job design. The main benefits of job design is to integrate the needs of employers to suit the requirements of an organization. See, in job design, what is made? Here, the task and responsibilities of any productive unit of work is organized. So this is called as job design. Then it is the work scheduling. Work scheduling, what work scheduling means? Organizations must realize the importance of scheduling work to motivate employees through job enrichment, shorter work weeks, and flexible time, work sharing, and homework assignments. Work scheduling is an attempt to structure work incorporating the physical, physiological, and behavioral aspects of work. So, what is work scheduling? Work scheduling means if you think that the employees should get motivations during the whenever they are performing their work, then what you can do is you can have job enrichment. You can break the weeks into shorter work weeks. You can assign flexibility in the time or flexibility in the working time. You can also give them homeworks and all. Yes, why this is done? Yes, whenever the employees they are working with you, they should get a motivation. They will give 100% if they are motivated to work. Then it is motivation, another function. Motivation, what is done into this? Combining forces that allow people to behave in certain ways is an integral aspect of motivation. People must have both the ability and the motivation if they are to perform at a high level. Managers generally try to motivate people through properly administered rewards, that is both monetary as well as non-monetary rewards. Okay, means at the proper time to increase the performance of your employees, what you can do? Yes, you can provide some monetary as well as non-monetary benefits, which in turn it will induce or motivate or push the employees towards the organization's goals, towards the completion of the work. The other part or the next is job evaluation. Job evaluation, what job evaluation is? Organizations formally determine the value of jobs through the process of job evaluation. In job evaluation, it is a systematic process of determining the relative worth of jobs in order to establish which jobs should be paid more than others within the organization. Job evaluation helps to establish internal equality between various jobs. Means, yes, the value of job is determined into this process. After determining the worth of jobs, how much that person should be paid for the same job, it is evaluated so that there will be internal equality into the various jobs. Then the performance appraisal. What performance appraisal is and why such type of performance appraisal is to be made? Yes, after an employee has been selected for a job, has been trained to do it, and has worked on it for a period of time, his performance should be evaluated. Performance appraisal is the process of deciding how employees do their job. It is a method of evaluating the behavior of employees at the workplace and normally includes both the quantitative and qualitative aspects of job performance. It is a systematic and objective way of evaluating work related behavior and potential of employees. Means, whenever an employee is performing his job at the time, how he performs the job, whether he performs the job in a good manner or not. Such thing is evaluated in performance appraisal. Then the compensation administration. Compensation administration is the process of dividing how much an employee should be paid The important goals of compensation administration are to design a low cost pay plan that will attract, motivate, and retain competent employees, which is also perceived to be fair by these employees. Okay, in compensation administration, what is made? A low cost pay plan is prepared, which will, yes, motivate as well as attract the employees. Then it is the incentives and benefit. In addition to a basic wage structure, most organizations nowadays offer incentive compensation based on actual performance. Unlike incentives, benefits and services are offered to all employees as required by law, including social security insurance, workmen's compensation, etc. Now, incentives and benefits, in addition to what you pay, in addition to the basic wage structure, most of the organization provide some benefits, extra benefits to the employees, so that the so-called actual performance of the workers will be increased, so that the workers or the employees, they will be motivated to give their 100% towards your job. The next operative function is maintenance. What is maintenance? Maintenance aims at protecting and preserving the physical and psychological health of employees through various welfare measures, in which three functions are included. First one is health and safety. Managers at all levels are expected to know and enforce safety and health standards throughout the organization. They must ensure a work environment that protects employees from physical hazards, unhealthy conditions, and unsafe acts of other personnel. Through proper safety and health programs, the physical and psychological well being of employees must be preserved and even improved. Health and safety, why it is to be done? Yes, you should always ensure that the work environment which you are providing to the employees, it is always protective, because if so called the work environment is not protective, if it will affect the health of the employees, surely they would not like to work with you. Then it is the employee welfare. Employee welfare includes the services, amenities, and facilities offered to employees within or outside the establishment for their physical, psychological, and social well being. Housing, transportation, education, and recreation facilities are all included in the employee welfare package. Now what is this employee welfare? It includes services and facilities offered to the employees within or outside for their physical, psychological, and social well-being. For example, the education facility, housing facility, or the transportation facilities, they are provided to them, so that, okay, why transportation facilities, for example, why transportation facilities provided to them? Yes, if your employee, they are coming from a distance, if you provide your company's transportation facility, yes, it will be helpful for that person to reach your place at time. Yes, in turn your production will be affected due to this. Yes, it will be helpful for them to complete the task in proper time. Then the social security measures. What is social security measures? Management provides social security to the employees in addition to fringe benefits. Okay, what is fringe benefits? Fringe benefits means extra benefits supplementing an employee's salary or wage. These measures include workmen compensation to those workers or their dependents who are involved in accidents, maternity benefits to women employees, sickness benefits and medical benefits, disablement benefits or allowances, dependent benefits, retirement benefits like provident fund, pension, gratuity, etc. Now, what is this social security measure? Social security measure means in addition to fringe benefits which were provided to them, if you provide benefits, compensation benefits to the workers or their dependents, if there is an accident involved, or if you provide medical benefits, sickness benefits, or if your employee becomes disabled and if you provide them allowances so that they can spend their rest of life or they can manage their expenditure through your allowances, then surely it will motivate the employees to take risk into the job in the factories also. Then the other function which is included in operative function is integration. What integration is? Yes, this tries to integrate the goals of an organization with the employee aspirants through various employee oriented programs like redressing grievances promptly, instituting proper disciplinary measures, empowering people to decide things independently, encouraging a participative culture, offering constructive help to trade unions, etc. See, in integration, what is done? In integration, so called the employee and organization's goals, they are integrated. What is done into this? First one, discipline. Yes, it is the force that prompts an individual or a group to observe the rules, regulations, and procedures which are necessary for the attainment of an objective. Okay, means here the individual or the group, they are guided to follow the rules, regulations, principles, do's and don'ts, things which are prevailing into the organization. Then the grievance redressal. A grievance is any factor involving wages, hours, or conditions of employment that is used as a complaint against the employer. Constructive grievances handling depends first on the manager's ability to recognize, diagnose, and correct the causes of potential employees' dissatisfaction before it converts into a formal grievance. Grievance means complaints of the employees. Okay, usually the complaints arise in the areas like wages, working hours, working conditions of the employment. Okay, if the manager recognizes some things, or if the manager feels that the wages or the working hours or the conditions which working conditions which are provided to the employees, they are not suitable, then surely at that moment they should convey it to the management and they should change that situation, or they should change the working hours, wages, or they should modify these things so that there will be no grievance or there will be no complaint from the workers side. Why this should be done? Because okay, if the complaints they are carried to the management, or if the complaints they are carried to the trade unions, okay, the situation of strikes and lockdowns might be faced in the future, which in turn results into or it may affect the production activity of your organization. So for that, grievance redressal should be promptly made. Then the teams and teamwork. What is it? See, into the organization, some self-managed teams have emerged as the most important formal groups in today's organization. They encourage individuals to sublimate their individual goals for those of the group. Teams have inherent strengths which ultimately lead to organization success at various levels. Okay, the teams and teamwork means in your organization there might be some formal groups created for completing a project or a task. Okay, so the individuals should always be motivated to focus on the group goals. Then the collective bargaining. What is collective bargaining? Collective bargaining is the process of agreeing on a satisfactory labor contract between management and union. The contract contains agreement about conditions of employment such as wages, hours, and discipline, layoff benefit, vacations, rest hours, and the grievance procedure. The process of bargaining generally takes time as both parties tend to make proposals and counter proposals. The resulting agreement must be ratified by unions, workers, and management. Collective bargaining means both the employee and the employer should be satisfied by such type of contracts, or if both the parties, that is the employer and the employees, they have certain complaints related to the job, then or they have certain issues related to the job, collectively both the parties they should agree at a compromising contract. Workers participation and empowerment, this is the next thing which is included in integration. Participation means sharing the decision making power with the lower ranks of an organization in an appropriate manner. When workers participate in organizations' decisions, they are able to see the changes in policy and also how their actions would impact the overall growth of the company. They can offer feedback immediately based on their experiences and improve the quality of decisions. What is workers' participation and empowerment? Yes, workers should be allowed to share their views into finalization of any decisions related to them. Okay, whenever the workers share their views, their experience, their expertise into finalizing the decisions, surely it will be benefiting the organization. Then it is the trade union and employees association. Trade union is an association either of employees or employers or independent workers. It is a relatively permanent body formed by workers with the objective of countering exploitations and harassment. It strives towards providing economic and social benefits to the labor community. Trade unions have always played a vital role in improving and safeguard the interest of the employees. Okay, trade union is an association formed for benefiting the workers of the organization. Okay, it has a very important role, or it plays a vital role. Okay, means whenever there will be injustice on the employees, surely this union strives harder to seek grievance to this employee. Then it is the industrial relations. Cordial industrial relations between the labor and management are essential to achieve industrial growth and higher productivity. When the relationship between the parties is not cordial, then conflict arises. It is not always easy to put out the fires with the existing dispute settlement machinery created by the government. Hence, both the labor and management must appreciate the importance of openness, trust, and collaboration in their day to day dealings. Okay, industrial relations means here sound industrial relations, sound relations between the employer, employee, and management, so that no party, that is the employee, employer, they should be feeling these people, that is the employee as well as the employer, they should not be having injustice on them, okay, or the management should not do injustice on them, okay. If there is any conflict or dispute, it should be settled by the dispute settlement machinery, so that there will be sound relations between the labor and management, and the labor will surely give the 100% towards the work accomplishment. Next function which is included in operative function is emerging issues. First one is, prior to that, what is emerging issues? Effective management of human resources depend on reframing human resource practices to changing conditions. Hence, the need to look at other important issues that can motivate people to give their best in a dynamic and overchanging environment is all about emerging issues. In emerging issues, what are the things which are included? First one is personnel records. Personnel records, what is it? Yes, personnel records includes papers, files, USB cards, CD, DVDs, and films which are maintained to have tangible record of what is actually happening in an organization and to formulate appropriate HR policies and programs which is based on historical records, actual experience, and future trends from time to time. Okay, personal record means what? Yes, through papers, files, USB cards, CD, DVDs, they are maintained to have a record of what is happening into the organization. Next, it is human resource audit. Human resource audit refers to an examination and evaluation of policies, procedures, and practices to determine the effectiveness of human resource management. Personnel audit is done in which the measures for effectiveness of personnel programs and practices, and it also determines what should or should not be done in the future. Okay, human resource audit, what is it? It is a careful examination and evaluation of the policies, procedures, and practices which are prevailing in the organization, and so seeing that those are effective for the human resource who are working with you. Then human resources research, what is it? It is the process of evaluating the effectiveness of human resource policies and practices and developing more appropriate ones. Okay, in human resource research, the effectiveness of the human resource policies and practices is made, and more appropriate ones they are finalized or developed. Then it is the human resource accounting. It is a measurement of cost and value of human resources to the organization. Human resource management is said to be effective if its value and contribute in any organization is more than the cost. In human resource accounting, the cost and value of human resources who are working in the organization, it is made. Then it is human resource information system, which is commonly said as HRIS, or it is commonly known as HRIS. HRIS, what is it? It is an integrated system designed to improve the efficiency with which HR data is compiled. It makes the records more useful to the management by serving as a source of information. Means what is done? The information related to the human resources into your organization, they are collected, they are compiled, so as if in future you want to reveal some information, it will be easier for you. Then it is stress and counseling. Stress is the psychological and physical reaction to certain life events or situations. At an organization level, stress results in burnout, substance abuse in the form of alcohol dependent, reduced job satisfaction, increased absenteeism, and increased turnover. Companies, therefore, are closely looking at what should be done to promote the physical and mental well being of the employees through proper counseling and healthcare and also employee development programs. Okay, nowadays, usually in companies, what is done for managing the stress of the employees, these employees they are exposed to some music, okay, in which these employees they are compulsorily they are required to do exercises or to dance on the music so that it will be helpful for them to manage the stress which results from their personal life or due to the work which they are performing. Then, global human resource management. Global business is important to almost every business today, and so firms must increasingly be managed with a clear international focus. This, of course, poses many challenges before managers, including coordinating production, sales, and financial operations on a worldwide basis. Global human resource management places greater emphasis on a number of responsibilities and functions such as reallocation, orientation, training services to help employees adapt to new and different environment outside their own country. So, what is global human resource management? Global human resource management means um, the employees they are given some orientation training services so that they can adapt to new different environment which is outside the home country. So with this we conclude today's lecture. Thank you.